Hi everyone, it's Devin Moon from Brains 2, the podcast. This is part 2 of episode 2. We'll be retooling the show this week to make it more organized, so it won't be so hard for you guys to listen to. Also remember to subscribe, share, and like us on all the major platforms, and enjoy the show. Mexico has been dying for a long time. Coughing up blood, I think, is when you really need to worry. Have you gotten to that point yet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No blood out.
If there's a doctor listening,
What is the deal with that? In movies, people cough blood and instantly we're like, well, they're gonna die. You know what I mean?
The lung shot, man.
Is that what it is?
when you get blood in your lungs, is
Is it a
terrible
game
thing.
over? Is there no way out of that? Like in real life, do you think you can survive?
Does somebody stick like a plunger over your mouth and suck the blood out?
Well,
and then you
I think
breathe
my
again?
dad coughed up blood once or something, and he was really like freaked out about it, and then he went to the doctor, and it was fine.
Well, what's
Dad,
the
I'm
reason?
sorry if this isn't true.
Yeah.
Could be. Could not be.
I could imagine if you got a cut in your throat, you're breathing blood, thinking you're coughing blood. But if it's like the gurgle, the bubbles of blood, I'm assuming that's lung blood.
If it's coming from your lungs, I don't think that.
Then there's no good.
You need a doctor pretty quick.
I mean, I'm not engaged in the medical field in
No.
any manner, but
None of us are.
No.
I've seen enough movies.
But we can
where-
pretend that we are.
We've all been sick enough to know what we're talking about.
Oh, yes, we coughed up blood many a time. Wait, what are you talking about?
I have, actually, thank you.
Well, you have.
4
He's
countries.
Yeah, we've
He's
all
living.
been to foreign countries.
I'm just saying, in the movies, once you cough blood, you're done for. Speaking of not movies, books. Yep. We'll be talking about literature at the moment. What literature or book, whatever, change your life? What is, like, represents your childhood? What is the book that represents your childhood or just represents your life? Anyone? I know half of us don't read, but we got to give somebody some kind of give a bone. Mexico.
I think one of my favorite books growing up was probably The Book of Three, and that whole series by Lloyd Alexander. Fantasy, of course. Great characters. I still carry some of them with me today. You know, in my little
In your
chest cavity where my heart should be.
Oh yeah, that black mass. Yeah,
I have no soul apparently.
He's not a ginger.
I know.
Well, you don't have to be a ginger not to have a soul.
It's true.
They're
Close.
just born without them. Like, I offered mine.
You gave yours to a ginger?
No, why would I do that? Gingers are-
Well, if they gave you enough money.
am I rich?
No.
You spent it all on video games. We already discussed this.
I have spent a fortune on video games. First, let me do this.
Yeah.
I'd be a terrible brother if I didn't plug, my sister's book
Go for
right
it.
now.
Plug that thing.
Shudder by Courtney Almeida. Read it. It's amazing. It's got vampires, but not the sparkly douchebags.
Yeah. Can you find it at all Barnes and Nobles?
You can find it at Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, anywhere you can buy books. You can get her book.
1,000 times more legit than this podcast.
1,000 times. And she's making money off of it too.
Sorry.
So, like, a couple thousand
20,000 times.
But still a lot more. Nice. What is
Oh, if you've never read it, it's basically about I think he was a 15, teenager.
Uh-huh.
He's a stable boy, works on a farm.
Are we talking about Shudder or the
This
other
is back to the Book of 3, I'm guessing.
This is back to the book 3.
Okay, Book of 3.
Okay, I
You
was
need to be
like,
more clear with.
vampires and
Oh, I
stable
wasn't
boys.
sure.
I
Yeah,
like
I
where
know.
this is
I was like, already I'm off.
We're gonna edit
Yeah.
all of this out. We're sorry we even talked about books. Back to the video games.
Yeah, we can talk about video games a lot better now. But it's
Oh.
true.
I didn't know I was the only one who read. I thought Alan.
Well, if it's an audio book, does that count?
They didn't have audiobooks when you were younger, Alan.
Well,
Doesn't
somebody
have to
had
be.
to read to
Doesn't
me.
have to be. It could be now. What are we reading now?
Ooh, that's even rougher.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say I'm reading a geology
Yeah,
book.
textbooks.
When I was a kid, what I would do, I mean, maybe this is something that everyone can relate to. So I did the same book report at least every time I can do a book report.
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, what was your book?
Artemis Fowl. That
Artemis Fowl.
That was my go-to book.
So
that
tell
or the
me,
K.
tell me about Artemis Fowl. Why is this your book?
I really liked
chose?
that book, and I remember making a scene out of tinfoil for one of my book reports.
Yeah.
And it was basically like a little stick figure made out of tinfoil in a dome.
Uh-huh.
But it was a good book. I liked it because it was about like the fantasy fairy world and trolls and like I don't even remember the plot, but I just remember fantasy, fairies, and trolls.
Aside
Fantasy,
from that,
fairies, and
it's
trolls.
about
Sawyer
a
Champagne.
10-year-old who his father was, mafia or in some sort of crime syndicate.
Yeah.
And they're just rich beyond all measure, and the father goes missing. So this boy's a genius.
Are we talking about the three things?
Artemis Fowl.
Oh,
His
Artemis
book.
Fowl. I do not know any of these books.
I didn't know he even read.
So
it
I
was-
know Mexico's like
He's
rising
standing in
He's
a
new
new
the
light
educated
today.
out of
I
all of
know.
us.
If you don't know, Mexico picked the book subject. We're not doing very good, but
It was a terrible library.
it was a bad. What are we doing?
I have
Mexico's
single-handedly destroyed this podcast.
It's going down. We're burning and
Well,
flying.
I remember a
Everything I've
couple
ever
other
loved.
books.
Everything I've ever loved gets destroyed.
I'm sorry, Mexico.
You gotta go with some of the classic books, like The K, which is about the kid who gets stranded with... It was set back in a little ways back, where he was stranded with a slave
I love me and Alan's face right
on
now.
an island.
Me and Alan's eyes are just shifting. What is he talking about?
Have you guys ever had to read books in school before?
Let me tell
We
you.
were on the same cycle. I did the same thing D did.
Yeah,
I had
guys.
one for my biography.
Yeah.
I had one for my whatever,
Yeah.
like nonfiction, and I recycled them every year from junior high to high
I
school.
read one book, and I'll tell you what it's called, Jurassic Park. And I didn't even read it mostly, because Jurassic Park's a movie. If you didn't know, Jurassic Park's a movie. Jurassic Park's a movie about dinosaurs. You can fake your way out of that book report so easy.
Yep.
And I'm not promoting lying, but I lied.
No.
I lied.
No, we are promoting lies.
I know.
Don't read, children. You'll end up like these
Well,
two.
they tell you to read a classic, and then they want you to read a summary. And they're like, "Don't read the abridged version." It's like,
Yeah.
why? I'm gonna get the summary from that just the same as I would the long one. It's,
Whatever, you gotta get the summary of the summary nowadays, because like reading a book about a book is too long. You have to read the paragraph about the book, about the book, about the book.
there you go. The abstract.
Yeah.
Just read that little puppy on the internet, and you don't even got to read the book.
I just meted this book report.
Cliff Notes.
Cliff
I don't even know if
Notes.
that's a thing anymore. That was like...
The last book, but I do read now, because I'm in college, so I have to read. The last book I read was something about Africa, and I can't remember what it's called.
That
a
good,
great
huh?
book.
It was a good book about Africa. Black people were in it. White people were in it. Coming together. Michael Jackson's Black and White.
I'm not sure that was about Africa.
No, I'm pretty sure it was in there. No, I was kidding.
Well, I just know he turns into a panther at one part, and you're just like, what is going on?
I guess it could be an African panther.
You know, there's tons of...
Side all.
That's
Black
what
Panther,
happens all the
militant
time.
groups.
That's like Africa all the time. People just turn into panthers, right?
Well, I believe that is the lore. It's kind of like the chupacabra. Chupacabra.
Chupacabra is
Yeah,
Spanish
chupacabra.
for the goat sucker. If you didn't know.
Well, chupacabra, no.
Chupacabra. I don't know what. I'm not making...
Chupacabra is like the ugly goat, the nasty goat. But, you know...
Is chupacabra a word?
I know what Devin was trying to say. Chupacabra.
Yeah.
but-
I'm not Spanish. Mexico's helping me out. Shut it. I got things to do. Talking about books that I don't read. Freaking Mexico and this awful topic.
It's not my fault. I didn't know you guys didn't read.
Well, does anybody out there read a book? I mean,
Yeah, if you read, leave a comment to Mexico in the comments below, because he's the only one that can help you here.
I'm in the middle of reading a book about typography.
how long have you been reading
Typography, huh?
Topography.
No, this is my
Typography.
third book about typography. That's like the study of like handwriting and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm on my third book about it, and I'm trying to like learn about it.
What have you learned?
I can't remember. That's why
Why are you
I'm reading
reading?
the book again. I have to
That's
keep
why
reading more and
Sawyer's
more
not in
books.
school.
Well, guys,
What did you read 5 minutes ago? I have no clue.
I'm reading the third book so I can understand it better and remember these things. And I'm going to have to keep rereading it and putting it into practice. But until I do that, I'm not going to remember.
put it into practice.
That's the part that I was going to say. But yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Reading's
parts.
not doing it for you.
I was going to say. And the problem with this day And I mean, we're just going to jump to another. The problem
Video
with
games?
this day, no, we're going back to video games. No, just kidding. There's a video game called Myst, and you read it.
Best
We're a
work ever.
bad choice.
No, it was a bad choice. But talking about this, it makes me feel stupid, which makes me think that Google is ruining our lives. Because, like, honestly, you can, like, Google anything. Alan today was talking about how, basically, he's not, like, reading his textbook, and he's just Googling, the answers.
Well,
If you
now
are,
that I'm getting an
if you are Alan's teacher, this is not Alan Champagne.
Oh, man.
Wink, wink. Anyways, so I'm just thinking, in the future, I just want like Google planted right into my brain, and
Well, it's
just
coming. They got
Yeah,
the
I know.
glasses, right? I
yeah,
mean,
we're already getting there. So just put that chip into my bloodstream, whatever I need, and get me
Do
going.
we really
Download
want like
my-
VR glasses?
No,
well, I got an app on my phone, so I didn't think I need it. To press the button. Now I got Google. Hey, you want to know where the nearest IHOP is? Bing, right there.
You have
Bing,
a
you
phone.
mean Google, not Bing. Don't be throwing in other
Oh, I'm sorry.
search
Does Google
engines.
make a sound when I click the button?
Google? No, yeah, Google makes the Goog sound. Goog.
You're feeling lucky, okay?
Oh, that's
what
right.
that's
I am feeling lucky.
You're feeling lucky, punk.
Does anybody click that button either? I feel
scares
kind
me,
of
to be-
scared. Yeah,
I don't
be
know.
honest.
I don't feel lucky ever.
It's like
I don't ever click that button. I'd rather search through the millions of web
Wait,
pages.
where? There's a lucky button?
does it?
Right under the
You
search
didn't even
bar.
notice?
It's like,
No.
you feeling lucky today? And you're just like, no.
What does that mean? Where does
I
it
don't
take
know.
you?
It's supposed to take you to like the very first page
Of what?
of what you searched.
Oh, well,
So if you search like,
why are you searching?
do
If it's
crepes
gonna
have
bring-
calories?
Oh.
I'm feeling lucky. It'll bring you up to the first link that pops up.
And all of a sudden you're like,
Well, that explains
It
it.
could be amazing or something completely horrifying.
And that's why. Are
Thank
you feeling
Google.
lucky?
You just killed the unicorn,
Man.
man. That's
that,
it had so much mystique
I
and
know,
mystery
that was
about it.
a lot of people probably were like, what is that button? And now we just ruined it for all
How much
the
you want to bet I'm going to be wrong about this too, though?
It's probably true.
Now we're gonna get tons of comments.
Yeah, knowing.
No, I
Sawyer
don't even
hating
want to click
comments.
it now. I used to always ooh,
I
I'm
know.
not sure I'm up to it
The
today.
I don't
mystique.
know if I'm
Yeah,
lucky. That unicorn's out there.
Do you know what? If we
Now
get,
you ruined the freaking unicorn,
if I
Sawyer.
get tons of hate comments, at least I'm getting comments, okay?
It's a good point. These
Publicity.
two. These two. I'm pointing at Mexico and Sawyer. Hate comments.
Don't send me hate comments because I will
He'll shake you.
probably do something illegal. I'll hunt you down.
You'll
Google.
be the bonder to our library listeners.
That's
All
true.
of the
At least
non-existent
someone's
ones.
educated here. I pretend to be.
That's
That
true.
4.0 means nothing apparently at school.
I'm just surprised at the ex-English major, I guess.
yeah.
Didn't
What
read
the
a little
heck?
more.
Sawyer.
Dude, I haven't even been to school. I got my GED and like a 1.8
we
all
are
through high
wiggling
school.
We are sorry that we're wiggling this mic. It's like an earthquake. In
It's
here.
Devin. He
We're
gets a
getting
little
excited.
happy.
No, Dustin, he keeps hitting it. Please send your hate mail to.
That's strike 2 today, buddy.
You know what the funniest thing about this is? Everyone who knows us
Yeah.
is gonna listen to this and be like, Mexico's the most educated? There is no way he reads.
It's true. He kind of just sat there with the trench coat and the knife and looked like he was ready to mug children.
It's
and-
true. I don't know why he mugged children out of all of them. I was like, why would you do that? Stop. Leave that kid alone.
Dude,
But he
it's-
kept going at it.
I know. I know why it is. The demon children in Saratoga Hills that chased you guys with rocks and stuff.
We can't mention their names, by the way, because
They might
they're
listen.
Facebook people.
Holy crap.
But yeah, we did have some run-ins with some creepy kids.
It's like PTSD. I forgot all about
oh
it.
yeah. Well, some things you try to you remembered Afghanistan perfectly, but
Well, I sleep all right on that nonsense.
that kid bomb was nothing. But I'll tell you what, kid bombs are real serious. I'm sorry about that. Wow, we are off topic.
So let's look at
Where
our
we at,
beautiful
folks,
whiteboard.
again?
Segue, right? Are we going to the next topic?
Yeah, let's go to this next topic.
Okay, so you know what kid bombs remind me of?
Segue, Soy, get me out of this.
Maybe we should skip the next
Get me
topic
out.
because that was also mine.
Get me out of
Let's Let's not go
Get
into
me out of
music
kid
yet.
bombs. Get me out of kid bombs. I need freedom.
Kid bombs are sad, like
Yeah.
music, and music can change your emotion and make you sad too. So, what are the songs that affected you in your childhood?
That was pretty good. That's a soy way.
Wow.
Coin that term.
Soy-
Copyright.
Soy way.
That's property
You're
of the
welcome.
brain.
You're welcome.
Property of the
Super
brains
educated.
too.
That's
Making
one-
up words, talking about books. We're on like
That's one like for me,
Shakespeare
sucker.
made up
It's
a
like-
lot of words.
PBS
Yeah.
podcast
Yeah,
today.
suck it, Shakespeare.
We're getting deep today.
Oh, it's a real beauty. I'm really inspired. Songs you can't live without and make me emotional. Ugh. I'm trying to think. Songs I can't live without. Okay, mine. I'm like a crazy White Stripes fan. Like, super crazy. I like the Jack White, like, super badly. I have a man crush, maybe. In a way, I
That's
guess.
an ugly dude.
He's a pale sucker, but I love that greasy mother. Yeah.
At least he doesn't twinkle.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's true.
It's true. It doesn't twinkle.
You just moved a notch up there.
It's got the creepy
Non-twinkling.
edge
Jack.
to him.
Anyways, I like the
Southern.
yeah, that kind of southerny like blues rock.
Yeah.
I do, but I like other like everything. But seriously, Seven Nation Army, I love that song. That riff is sick. The
Bum, 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 bum.
so easy, but it's like so good. Like when I hear that, I'm like, turning it up. I was moving my hand like a dial there. Anyways,
Well, I'm just hoping you actually play the music over you two going.
yeah. I usually would sing it that way. Forget the lyrics. I just sorry, you suck.
You've got a
Anyway,
beautiful voice.
yeah, thank you. That's my song though. That's there's a lot of songs that I like, but that one I could listen to several times. Any Flogging Molly, any Dropkick, Mattis.
It's true.
I think we're all kind of on the similar boat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. What do you got?
I could have said Massive Yahoo, except for I've been reading his posts lately.
Yeah, no,
And he's
Kinda
bringing me
depressing,
down, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
he's kind of downing me. Yeah, just super downer sometimes lately.
He's doing that whole soul searching thing right now.
Mhm. Which is
I'm like,
Which he was soul searching his whole life, apparently. So it's
Yeah.
like, when are you gonna find it?
yeah,
It's
Mexico.
we love and support you, Mattis, but
Yeah, we love
Always.
Mattis. Always.
beautiful
Thank
music.
you.
Great music, but yeah, he's kind of put me down. And you can find your soul, or you can just accept that you don't have one, like Mexico here.
yeah.
It's true.
So just think
And I'm
about
still
that.
a
Something
decent
to
person,
think about.
right?
He's a dreamer. He's finding it in his
He
book
has the
somewhere.
he has the most dislikes right now, but
Do I?
well, I think
I'm at least a close second.
Oh no,
okay?
you are. I know who the soulless
He's
people
the
are,
only one who's got the complaint so far.
which is strange because I'd usually give Alan less soulless, but we're here.
Oh, this is a
My
good
soul's
day
in
for
it.
all of us.
My soul's in it.
The more hair he loses, the more cuddly he gets.
That's a lie.
That's kind of strange. Well, usually you think cuddly bear. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll just hold the
We
bear.
actually do.
That's
have,
why he's
we
growing
do
the
have
facial
a bear
hair out
here.
because he's
He
got
wants
to
to be bear.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance that. He's like, I can't get too cuddly.
Well, I was just gonna shave it off eventually and plug it in up top.
So Mattis, is there? Well, you're not going to do Mattis. What is there a certain song?
Oh, that depends on the day of the week.
I know it switches sometimes.
Like yesterday was a little getting the lead out.
Yeah, what's up?
What's it called? The levee's gonna break.
Yeah.
Shoot. What is the song called?
When the levee breaks, right?
Oh yeah,
That's what I think.
that's the name of the song.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Less when
It's
I
fantastic.
illegally download. I didn't illegally download.
Nobody cares.
I can pull it up
right?
on my phone. I'm just too lazy to reach in my pocket right now.
That's what I put underneath when the levee breaks. We'll see. Ooh.
It's true. So that was my Wednesday song.
Yeah,
Today's Thursday, right?
yeah.
Okay, so it's my Wednesday song.
For you guys, you remind me of Dropkick, Chevelle, Incubus a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, those are Incubus especially reminds me of Alan.
Little shout out to the Guano
It's
Apes.
true.
Guano Apes, that reminds me
Their
of
older
Alan, too.
stuff, just
Exactly.
little Lord of the Boards.
Lord of the
I can
Boards
rock that
is
song.
sick.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh man,
Just
if you
brings-
guys have not heard Lord of the Boards, please listen to it. It's awesome.
Yep.
It's like alien snowboarding rock and roll. It's groovy. It's awesome.
My thing with music, I always seem to like their older stuff.
Really, yeah.
Mattis Yahoo, I can always bump Arise and Shake Off the Dust. Little
Yeah.
Got No Water.
Yo, man.
It's pure reggae.
Mhm.
Got no water.
I mean, I love his new stuff too.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have that same
It's not
effect
the
over
same
me.
to you.
Everything's getting a little downbeat. A little emo. Everybody
Some of
wants
them,
to
yeah.
go deep. Nobody makes that just simple, uplifting music anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think I've liked a song since like post 2003. Maybe 2006. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
It's been a while.
I might draw a line somewhere. Like, I can't even stand listening to the radio these days.
Yeah. I don't mind the music that's coming out so much. Yeah. I'm getting used to it, but I think, I don't know. I always go back to the old stuff, the Green Day, the Blink, all my 90s crap that I actually enjoyed. Anyways,
Yeah, it's true.
Flogging, Dropkick, all those. Soy, what's yours?
I don't know. It changes all the time. Like today, I've been kicking the Eve 6.
Eve 6.
Yeah.
There's
like
an oldie,
witty.
90s.
Good music.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Out Cold. The Out Cold soundtrack was amazing, and I was listening to that a couple days ago, and that kicked into the Eve 6.
You got Lit.
and
Oh,
Lit, and like,
freaking-
yeah, you got all
Sum
these
41.
great people on the one album. It was a great soundtrack. But like today, just on the ride here, while I got lost to your cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
No, in the
Well, no woods.
in the
it's
weeds.
Desert. Yeah.
Literally
Literally no trees.
I kept like 3 or 4 songs going. It was like Promise and Anytime, Here's to the Night. I don't remember the other one.
Yeah.
And those are the songs that you kind of have to hit with them. But
Uh-huh.
like I'd have to go with the Anytime just for today.
Yeah.
Don't know why, just because I like it.
Yeah, Eve 6 is good stuff. I dig it. Mexico? Anything?
Oh, Dropkick today.
Dropkick the Day.
I think I listened to all their albums like 4 times. Just my whole day through work.
Holy
That's all I
cow,
listened to
man.
was Dropkick, and I was like, I think that's how a lot of people are though. They get stuck up on one band
Yeah.
or one album at a time, and then
Just
just
go through
listen to it until their ears bleed, and
it.
then
hmm I like Dropkick, their old stuff especially, Dropkick.
Oh, yeah.
But their new stuff, there's a couple of good songs here and there. But Dropkick I like a lot. I think even more than Foggy Molly, personally.
Ooh, that's
What do you think?
it's a mood thing. Like if
Yeah.
I'm more into the punk rock thing, then for sure Dropkick.
Yeah, they're a little harder.
Yeah, but if I'll here goes. I'm gonna out myself.
Go for it.
Ah,
Say it.
So
it's Enya. Isn't
it
it?
is.
I knew it! Oh.
All right. Hear me out. One guy.
Well, you listen to Titanic?
No.
My heart will...
We're like Braveheart or something, man. Those good solid tracks. All right.
Soundtracks.
They're
Enya
fantastic.
doesn't do soundtracks.
Enya sneaks. They did a ton
Enya
of them,
does
man.
soundtracks.
They're
On
even on
occasion,
like
that's
Lord of the
all right.
Rings
He
stuff.
did Lord of the Rings, yeah.
See, they got some good
Gladiator.
stuff.
Let It
Did
Be
she
Free.
do- she didn't do
She
Gladiator.
didn't, but it's almost the equivalent.
Well, I
mean,
gotcha.
she sounds. You can confuse them.
They're good songs.
So if for whatever reason I imagine myself in a green field of like Ireland, I'm gonna put on some flogging, some
Yeah.
folk type of music, maybe
Yeah.
a little pogues here and there.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Enya might sneak in there. Yes, I admit it. It's fine. It puts me in the moment.
It's
Judge me
fine
all you
for
want.
some people.
Hey,
Judge
yeah.
me all you
Okay,
want.
this is why on our family trip to Las Vegas, Storm was taking bubble baths and listening to Enya was because of Alan. Alan made him that way.
You're welcome.
To Storm,
kinda
that's
weird.
creepy to the rest of us.
For the record, I never once encouraged my little brother to sit in the bathtub and listen to Enya.
Are you sure?
It was your influence, Alan.
Are you sure
you
that's
never
not
said
something you've done in the past? Bubble bath?
I don't take
Enya?
baths. That's swimming in your own filth.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You know, that's kind of like an ancient practice, baths, if you
Yeah.
think about it. That's probably something you would do like in the olden days during Shakespeare time when people were dying all the time.
Right? Of
And then-
what? Disease?
Exactly.
Disease.
Showers came.
Yep.
The future, gentlemen.
Yep.
Yeah, and ladies. Ladies and gentlemen.
What lady do
Take
it?
a shower and increase
Lady.
longevity.
Take a shower and you'll get healthier. And you also can listen to Enya if you want. Nothing wrong with Enya.
Devin in
There's-
Mexico will bash you.
I will judge you.
You know what?
From a
Screw it.
distance. From
Screw
a
it.
distance.
For 2
I
years, I
say-
had nothing to listen to.
I say listen to Enya in the shower. I'm putting the plug out there.
Do you
Thank
know what?
you.
Throw in
Thank
Enigma
you.
as well. Enigma, Enya. You gotta have that music for your relaxation time.
No, I like soundtrack music, but Enya's a little
It's like sleepy
too
time.
sappy for me.
You know what? Let's put it on surround sound, and we'll see how you feel.
It's good sleep time.
Okay, I need to put it on surround sound.
With the Orinoco flow, just let it flow right through.
All
you,
right,
brother.
I'll let flow.
Oh,
Look at this guy.
and he's down it. Everybody's going to be popping out of the closet over here.
If you're an Enya fan, please comment.
Hate on Devin.
Yeah,
because he's
seriously.
bashing on
I
us.
bet I'm going to get the most dislikes here. Because the Enya thing. Everyone's going to be like, dude, you hate Enya?
I still take
I
the
don't
cake
hate
for the
Enya.
books. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, when
Sounds
you
like a
when
good
you brought up
question.
listening to music on surround sound, I remember going into Devin's basement back when we lived up on the same street,
Yeah.
and Flash Gordon on your surround.
Yeah, because
And
I
you
was totally
judged
into
me.
Queen.
It scared the crap
No,
out of us. That
Flash
first
Gordon
lightning
is
thing.
creepy, yeah. Because on surround sound, it's like, Flash! You're like
It was
holding
turned-
on.
We just got done playing Halo, so the sound is turned up like all the way, and you're like, Devin comes out and he's like, dude, I just got the greatest hits 1 through 3 discs. So
Yeah.
he puts off Flash Gordon, and then all you hear is the Flash, like so loud in your ears,
Like
surround
right there
sound.
yelling in the mic.
It was
My ears
horrible.
are bleeding after that. I'm wearing headphones and I'm like,
That's one of my earliest memories of Devin. Even is that Flash Gordon right there.
That
Whenever
is.
I hear it, it's Devin. It pops into my head.
If you guys want to listen to Queen and Flash Gordon, yeah, that's a weird song. It's a weird song. But,
It's better than the fat bottom girls image I got in my head.
yeah, Fat Bottom Girls, what a weird song.
Yeah, and you. Oh man,
Yeah,
that
there's some weird
basement.
stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyways, that was this podcast
Moment of
part.
silence for
The basement.
Yeah.
God bless you. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with you in a second. I hope you're still listening. And that is it.
Just gotta get bullets.
Welcome, everybody, to the Brains to the podcast, part 3. I yelled that pretty loud, sorry. Just informed by my wife, Alan. She also likes Enya.
So I'm not alone.
Yeah.
They're coming out of the woodworks.
Okay, she is a female.
Well, yeah. But
She's a person, all right. Let's
Yeah.
not be sexist.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying,
We don't-
females are
we
more
don't want that
prone.
demographic trying to kill us.
Females are more prone to like a more variety of music and have a very different taste. Like
You
that I've
keep
noticed.
telling yourself that.
Look at this.
Do
guy.
they not? Because they're the ones who like the hip hop and everything. Where guys are like, I'm strictly whatever this is, rock or death metal or whatever.
I don't think that's true anymore.
Not for me,
Yeah.
at least. But yeah, I think it used to be some guys are totally straight on what they do. But that's a whole different
Just as
story.
many
Anyways,
Why
new
would you want
topics.
to lose out on all this great music
Yeah,
that
that's
could
true.
be right around the corner?
That's true. If you guys are sticking to one thing, get out. Expand your horizons. Enya's wedding. Okay, enough
For
music.
everyone.
All right, guys. My question to you, finishing off here. If you were to plan a funeral, your funeral, how would you plan it? What would be the elements that you would put into this funeral? Who would you want to speak at your funeral? Music that would play, Enya. What are you guys thinking?
Mexico?
Mexico. Do you have your funeral planned out?
Short and sweet, probably.
Short and sweet.
It's just a funeral.
Well,
Throw my body in the ground and throw some dirt on it. What
so
if-
first of all, are you an open casket guy or are you not?
Ooh. It depends on how I die. If it's violent, definitely not an open casket.
Yeah.
Natural causes, maybe.
No,
I might
no,
want to have
what
him
if
prop me up to give hugs.
So-
Grandpa Billy.
So you would have like one of those, those bears that are stood up like this. I'm doing like
Mounted?
the mounted bears.
Taxidermy.
Yeah, so we would
Stuffed
have a
me.
taxidermy in Mexico. Arms wide open, looking down, wide-eyed at the kids.
You came out of the song, with arms wide open, going on in the background. There you go.
In all honesty, I probably would like some bagpipes to be playing.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, that's reasonable.
some traditional bagpipage
You know,
going on.
the traditional Mexican bagpipes.
It is part of your
Mariachi
culture.
pipes, is it? And like,
Bagpipe version.
yeah.
I don't know what that would sound like.
It would sound terrible. Let's be honest. Mariachi music doesn't sound good to begin with.
Well, I'm glad you
It's
go with
catchy.
La Cucaracha.
I don't know.
Well, it seems
I don't mean to be
fitting for the time.
racist, but I'm racist.
We all are racist.
I know,
but
in our own way.
The
I love Mexican.
leveling degrees of racism.
That's true.
But-
Mine's a lower, I think. Hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah. Compared to
compared to
Aryan society?
Skin, yeah, skinheads.
skinheads are
Compared to
just
me,
misunderstood.
you're not even close to as racist as I am, so we're good.
That's true.
All right.
Hate Sawyer. Just
I'll hate you
Two
back.
for you.
So onwards with your. So
Bagpipes, La Cucaracha.
bagpipes.
I don't know.
stuffed.
Maybe have like a little string in my back so the kids can pull it, and I'll say something.
What are you gonna say? What are
There's
the
a
words?
snake in my boots.
Go Toy Story. I could go Toy Story.
Maybe-
That's true.
No, I don't think so.
You'd have to have a cowboy hat. in
It'd
that
probably be
moment.
swearing and
F
get out of my funeral, you dirtbag. I'll probably,
Grandpa, I hate you. You suck.
Billy, give him a hug.
it'll be like
You know
the
what'd
Home
be-
Alone clip. Get out of here, you stinking scoundrel.
You know what'd be funny is like you could record all the things that you hated about all the people that are alive. And so each time one of your family members pulled it, they'd be in a certain order, right? So Grandma, you're first. Mom, Dad, and going down. You're gonna die before your grandma.
I probably will. She will live forever.
Well, you're coughing out blood. We got problems.
Well, the funny thing is, now that this is, out there,
Yeah.
they're not going to come to my funeral. They're just going to burn me, toss me in the funeral pyre.
They won't give you the option to tell you how much you hate them.
A funeral pyre would still be pretty cool, though.
Well, then you just leave like little clues around the house or something. So when they're cleaning up your stuff, they'll find that note. This one's to Jimmy. I found Jimmy's note today.
You just got to be like, in your will, say, in order for you to get, like,
Let's be
the
honest.
PIN number to your bank, or, like, your Xbox or whatever they get, all you have to do is say, you have to listen to this recording first.
Let's be honest, I won't have a will. I'll be destitute when I'm older.
Mexico's gonna be living in a box or something somewhere.
Probably by choice.
Yeah.
Just
There's some pretty good sized refrigerator boxes.
Stress of society, man.
Yeah.
Poor man.
He lived away. He died in a box.
if you want, my dad would always tell me
You're good.
stories of a homeless man, very well educated. He was an engineer
Oh boy.
who just got sick of society
I think I've seen this movie.
and
So
My-
the guy with the violin?
Yeah.
Is that Jamie Foxx?
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
and decided
Great movie.
decided to live on the street because he couldn't deal with people. I could find myself doing something like
Isn't
that.
that ironic? You live on the street where all the people come to?
That's true.
Then you depend
Why
on
not
the
go?
people?
Why not go to the wilderness?
You
If
can
you're
go to,
gonna be
like,
no
hardcore
idea.
about this,
What's it, like the hobos out in the sticks or whatever
Well,
they're called?
even
Like
further.
off the grid?
yeah, you got to be off the grid.
Are you kidding me? If you find Mexico hiding in a back alley, you're not going in that alley.
He seems like a friendly guy. I would shake his hand. Even if it had a knife.
He's got to come out for food and water sometime.
I'd be like, hey, is your name Mexico? Because you look like a Mexican.
And the race meter goes up for D.
It's
One
a
step-
2.5.
You know,
We're rating it
It's
back.
gonna be scary when you lose the rest of your hair because you have like no excuse.
Skinhead on parade.
Maybe that's why we're going bald. It's the racism pushing it out
Yeah.
from the roots.
You know, that's a good theory. Racism creates baldness. Watch
There you
out,
go.
guys. Watch out. Science, prove that. Prove that, science.
Challenge accepted.
He does read books. I mean,
He's got us beat at least.
But it doesn't matter. He's going to be in a box in the wilderness.
He doesn't want to do this anyways.
this will be why he goes in the box. All life secrets figured out. Full head of hair. He
Yeah.
loves all races.
God bless your soul, man.
Open up the box. There's like the mural of the heavens on the top.
You would be a great artist. Anyways,
Play that violin.
my funeral. What I love about funerals, the best ones are some of the cool ones. Is when like someone shoots an arrow at you at the river. That's what I want, dude.
Talking like the Viking thing.
Yeah.
Burn funeral pyre.
Yeah, just like throw me out into the sea and just light me up. Or do like a Darth Vader thing, but actually put me in the Darth Vader suit. That'd be sick.
Ooh.
They roll you off a cliff.
No! Not the third movie, the last one.
Take
It wasn't
off
Darth
all the-
Vader then. Have you seen Star Wars?
Not in a while. It's been like 3 months
Darth
since
Vader
I've done the
burns
marathon.
on the sixth one. Luke lights him up.
What?
Darth Vader lights him up. He gets lit up on a pile of sticks.
I thought he went down the hole.
I thought he blew up in the ship.
No.
Oh, he took him off the
That
ship.
was
That's
the
right.
Emperor.
With the
Yeah.
Ewoks.
Yeah.
I was thinking his death or
that's
whatever,
right.
though. Like, he was dying by... I don't even know. Anyways, he goes and does the pyre for, like, all
You
of them.
guys are so disappointed. Star Wars fans, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Devin is our Star Wars nerd. If you
Well,
have any
it's
Star
just
Wars
common.
questions,
Hey,
ask
address-
Devin.
I don't recall seeing him like sitting there burn. Like,
Well, no, he
It was inferred.
lights him up. No, he actually lights him up, and he has the Darth Vader mask. So that's what I would like. And then I would appear in ghost form, a different version of myself, just like Star Wars.
The younger version.
Well, like a totally different person.
I have enough.
I would be the new version of Star Wars, because in the old one it was like some old dead guy, you know,
Yeah.
that was the hologram, and in the new one they put like Anakin in there. Yeah, so it would just be a different version, like a new version of myself, like a different actor
Mexico.
playing me.
I'm
Yeah,
not going to your funeral. Man. I have enough bad dreams. All I see is like ghosts of random people I don't even know.
D, is that you?
I also do like the puppet idea. I think it'd be really funny if like someone just like made like a puppet version of myself, and he could like, or like a toy, or you could like bobblehead me. Because we were gonna do that with Cooge, which is Alan's dog, Cujo. We were gonna make him a
Rest in peace.
bobblehead. Rest in peace. Word crossing, kissing, we're doing all the things that none of our religions support.
It's true.
God bless. So yeah, I think stuffed and bobblehead.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would be put. I'd have to be in front of a really big car, like a giant semi or
true.
something.
Doing like an offensive gesture. Maybe throw a bird up.
You could be twerking on the hood.
No, I don't think I was saying.
You had to go there. One of the worst things of this generation. You didn't bring it into the
How are you
podcast.
bringing the bad things, soy? You always bring in the crap. That's
It
okay.
would jiggle.
That's all right. Baby got
Maybe
back. I'm
bobble-
talking about myself.
Bobble the other head. It's
I have no butt. Literally. Nothing's moving on
just
that.
be like legs down.
Yeah. There's no twerking going on
No
here,
butt or hips.
guys. No.
I'm glad we're all looking at Devin's butt, too.
I am currently standing and now turning around. Just no, that's not happening. I'm sitting on a chair. So, Darth Vader did.
The drug D basement is back.
Alan, do you have any specific death funeral things you would like?
Man, I figure if I have a funeral, I'm doing it wrong. That's
You don't want to die.
I don't. No, I either want to live forever or just disappear. I don't want people to have my body. That's
He
gross,
wants to
man.
Moses it.
Alan forever.
Let's do Moses it.
Do you imagine an Alan forever? That would be.
You know
I can
how
haunt you.
crabby
You never
and
know when
bitter
I
he'd
die.
be?
Yeah, I know.
You always just sit there in fear, like, is that dude coming around the corner again? I don't know if he's gone for sure or if he's
Alan,
still
you
around.
started. You came out like Benjamin Button, right? Yeah, he came out Benjamin Button, but he ain't reversing, dude.
He's getting older.
So what I'm saying, you're gonna be so decrepit.
It'll also give me a chance to like haunt my wife. She'll never be able to remarry because she doesn't know if I'm dead or if
All I'm imagining is like Voldemort when he was a baby in the last Harry Potter.
little snake.
He slowly just gets so small. So he starts out and he just starts shrinking and then crippling. You know? Voldemort baby.
Well, I'm glad I'm a baby. Dude.
No. Voldemort as an old baby. Old man baby.
You're an old man baby, Alan. You're
Benjamin
right.
Button. Forever. Continuous.
And there I go, right underneath the park bench.
No, the good thing is your wife, she can stick you in like her purse.
It's true. I'll be leeching off her till the end of my days.
Yeah.
Until I disappear.
She
I
can
guess.
sneak graham crackers in her purse.
I'm gonna make sure she listens
That's
to
how
at
you get
least this
ants,
part.
actually. You don't want ants in the person.
That's true. Ants in the purse. But
Well,
you don't
eat
want
the ants
but
too.
do you
I'm
want
More
not
protein.
do you want an Allen in a purse is the real question.
That's worse than an ant.
Coming to a store near you, Allen in a purse.
Man, I got legs or something. Make me crawl. Put a leash on me. Maybe just drag me if I get tired.
You could be like Paris Hilton's dog or something, and it's you instead.
Maybe a fanny pack.
You would be a beautiful ancient man.
Who wears a fanny pack?
Well, if I'm fanny
decrepit
pack
old
size,
man.
I'd put a little me in a fanny pack. I'll bring it back to
Would you really want to be in anyone's fanny pack of someone who would wear a fanny pack these days?
That's a good point.
Well, if
Fanny
they're feeding
pack.
me, I mean, it's convenient. It's like a
That
straight
is a
drop
good
from
point.
the front.
That's a good point because people
The
that wear
Allen
fanny
rule.
packs, no offense, a little overweight usually. So you'd be getting good food out of that.
right.
It
I mean, you
depends.
just sit there and wait for things to trickle down. It's
They
the
might just
bottom
be
of the
saving
funnel.
you for later.
No offense, Soy, but I can see you wear a fanny pack. Did you wear a fanny pack in the 90s?
I never did on purpose.
You wore
My
one.
parents made me.
Ah, got it.
My
You can't-
I
you
also
can't
wore
blame the parents
purple
for that.
sweatpants and a Jurassic Park T-shirt to school. I
That's
had
more
no
normal.
style.
That's more normal.
I wore like footy socks with like grips on them and boots and sandals at the same time. I
All
don't
the
know.
same boots and sandals.
They gave us the freedom to dress ourselves, which leads me to the counter argument. You were not oppressed. That was all my choice.
You've seen how Dad dressed when he was younger.
His
We were
influence did not,
doomed.
he did not once tell you to wear the fanny pack.
We
You
were-
tried to emulate the fanny
We saw
pack.
pictures, and we grew up with that. We're thinking his fish pants and all those weird styles from the '80s were normal.
Some were salvageable, but you
That-
just can't touch ugly.
That's not your dad's fault.
I'm just
It
saying, Alan
Different
would
time.
be in your fanny pack.
I would eat him.
That is true.
That's
I'd have to pick my host a little bit.
Yeah. You got to be careful. You're like a parasite. You got to pick the right
It is
host.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only as good as I'm alive, and he's alive, so I gotta find somebody successful that's not going to end me.
Yeah, it's true.
See, at least go for like a satchel or something, not fanny pack anymore. Go with the satchel.
Isn't that where you keep more food? I mean, if you're a hungry dude like yourself, where aren't you putting food?
Alan wants to go where the most food is, That's if you're going to be a good host, that's what you know.
Dude, you just gotta sit in
A
the
good
fridge or the
parasite.
cupboard. Then you don't want to ride with someone. You want to sit where they
Well,
store
if
it.
that's in my off time, that's fine. But I gotta get out and see the world somehow.
So we're gonna drag you on a leash.
Yeah, okay? He's going on a
A
leash.
wagon is just too much space. Have you ever tried to walk behind somebody pulling like their kids in a wagon? They take up the whole sidewalk, and then they turn and they come right into you and they run over you, or you have to like stop.
If I'm pulling the wagon, I don't care.
If I'm just
It's all the rest
drunk.
suffering. Why would I care that the others suffer?
Alan hates your children, everybody. Sawyer, how would you? How would you want your funeral to be?
Okay, I've even thought about how I want my death to be,
Oh my!
and
little morbid.
I
What's
know
your death?
I know I'm gonna end up like ticking a lot of people off. So I
Okay.
know this is very possible. I want to go execution style, like
Wait, you want to get executioned?
Boondock Saints, though. Like the
Oh.
2 guns, back of the head,
You want someone
the
to
bullets
shoot you in the
cross, and
back
out
of
the
head.
eyeballs, and like that's an instant death.
That's the way you want to die.
And so I think that would be a good death.
Maybe I've just watched a lot of military films, and most executions aren't that nice.
I want to
Like-
go that style though.
The dull knife that they just rub across your neck until eventually your head pops off.
I want to go Boondock Saints execution style.
All right.
So you want to be like insta-death execution.
Yeah.
So he wants to be executed.
we can
Why are
arrange
you
that.
going to be
Yeah,
executed?
it's-
What awful thing are you going to do?
Okay,
Hard.
Wear a fanny pack? Yeah, I understand. That's
Do
close
you
to
all-
executionable, but
you
You'd be
know
a
I'm
terrible
gonna get
host.
killed.
He's just gonna kill himself. Who's gonna feed me after he's gone?
Everyone knows
Put a
I'm gonna get
backpack.
killed anyways.
Hop in the
I
bag.
just get everyone angry.
So you get shot in the back of the head.
And then I want to be shipped out to sea and thrown in the ocean.
That's too much work. If
I
I'm
was
going to
thinking
kill him, I'm not
Sawyer's-
shipping him out.
I was thinking
Yeah.
this might be a little offensive to Abraham Lincoln lovers, but it's President's Day, and he was shot in the back of the head. So
kind of in the
you're in
ear.
good company.
It's not President's Day. Monday's President's
Monday's
Day.
President's Day. Sorry,
Because the banks are closed. I know this. It sucks to be me.
Yeah, it's close to It's President's Week-ish. Okay, so the funeral.
But then you could even think like, you can hide my body this way. Send me out in a little ship
Okay.
that'll sink eventually.
Yeah.
And then I can be eaten by fish and sharks and stuff. That would be perfect.
So we want
Low budget. Just
you
throw
just
me in the
want
ocean.
to be pecked to death by fish.
How is that
How
low
would I
budget? Do you know
stab him
how
with a little ice
expensive it
pick?
is to ship a dead body?
You're not
to
shipping
plane?
me. You just gotta like smuggle me on there some. Just throw my dead body on a boat,
Then
and then
there's
they'll
no
find
throwing.
me and throw me off.
We just
Look at the
committed
size of this
murder.
I know, dude.
We
I'm
just
going to have to hire
executed-
4 other people just to throw you anywhere.
It's like
Yeah,
carrying
if-
a piano. You need at least 10 people.
Easy solution.
Yes.
Pig farm.
Oh.
We'll just throw them to a
There you
pig
go.
farm. They will eat you within
You said,
like...
how do I want to go
Well,
at my
I'm
funeral? I'm
changing
not
it.
getting eaten by pigs. I don't want them to be cannibals.
Well,
Okay?
let's be practical.
At least be practical.
Meet us halfway.
Exactly.
Okay, if we're going to do this,
I will
for you, meet
be.
us
I will be
halfway.
at seas when you kill me,
Fine.
so you could throw me in the water. How about that?
How about this? We shoot you in the back of the head. You fall into the ocean.
I'm
find
okay
a
with
big
that
dog
too.
boat.
As long as I'm eating and like contributing to the fish and the sharks.
Can you just take yourself in the ocean, throw yourself off the boat, and call it good?
It's
No, that's suicide. I gotta be killed.
Okay.
I'm not committing suicide.
What if I give you the boat?
It's still suicide.
Good point.
I still gotta be shot in the back of the head and killed, and somehow end up in the ocean.
If I tell you to do it, is it no?
Still suicide.
Well, where do we draw the line at suicide?
Oh, man. Let's not talk about suicide.
Weren't we just talking about downers earlier?
Talk about downers.
I
Anyways,
want to go down that
so-
rabbit hole right now.
No matter how I die, I want to end up like just thrown in the ocean. I don't want like a ceremony or anything. I just want to be dropped into the ocean.
No tears for Sawyer.
Does it have to be the
I
ocean?
kind of want to be remembered, too. I want to be like
Yes.
I want to be remembered like Gandhi or something. That'd be sick. But also, not
I got
gonna,
words for you.
not gonna happen.
I got words.
I'd probably
Gandhi might not be the guy.
I'd probably get 10 people.
10 good ones.
Yeah.
Your family.
Yeah, my family.
We
Provide
won't even
free
be there.
food or something, and you can get
Yeah.
you a couple more.
That's true.
I can bring you some gummies.
You were a dirtbag. Well, guys, I think we're at the end of our podcast.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Feed that in a fanny pack. That's saving it for later.
I'm gonna go home and sew me an Allen backpack tonight.
So
Fanny pack.
No. You got the fanny pack.
And it has gummies
When you
in
finally
it.
get shot in the head,
we gotta
Someone's
gotta
gotta take
create
care
a
of him.
crumpled version of Alan and put that on our logo. Anyways, guys, well, thanks for listening to us ramble about things. This is the Brain Stew, the podcast. You can find us again on Facebook. We'll be sending you guys information. You can comment, leave anything there. It's just Brain Stew, the podcast on Facebook. You can find us at www.brainstewthepodcast.libsyn.com. That's our website. You can also find us on Twitter at Brainstew the Pod, P-O-D. You can also find us on YouTube. Same thing. We would love it if you guys love these shows, if you actually semi-enjoy them, which is probably more likely than love.
if you survived this night,
Yeah, let's be honest.
you're a star.
If you like these at all, support us on Patreon for $1. You'll get your episodes early. You'll get some prize a month, so that's worth it, hopefully, to you guys. And the more you get, more you can just look on Patreon. You can see the $5 and $7 options. Again, thank you, Trevor. You're awesome. Thank you, Alan, Sawyer, Mex. You guys.
Yep,
Good
yep.
talking with you again.
Tip of the hat to Mitch.
Mitch, we got a chair now set for you. It's not a bed anymore, Sawyer's slapping it. Anytime you decide to come to Utah, it's here. Alan's placing a bear.
We miss our Sasquatch.
We
So.
miss our man. So that's about it. And thanks for listening. Bye.